We are discussing how to write a program for creating binary search tree, and this will be doing using a single pointer. See, a single node of a binary search tree will look like this. So, if this is the node, so there will be 3 fields, one data field will be there, and in every node of a binary search tree will be having unique data, because normally what we do, we store primary keys in binary search tree. So, this is the data field, and then there are 2 address fields. This will be having address of left child of this node, and this will be having address of right child of this node. Now, let us take some numbers and see how our algorithm works, so that we can write a program. See, numbers are 100, 200, 150, 175. So, first of all, I will because initially my tree is empty. So, I will create a node and I will place 100 there, and root will start pointing to it. The left field, and since this is the only node, so left field and right fields both are pointing to null. Now, we have to place the second number is 200. Now, this 200 is we will be comparing it with root arrow info. So, root info is 100 and 200 is greater than 100. So, since 200 is greater than 100, first of all we will check what is the value of root right. See, root right is equal to null. Okay. So, whenever we reach to null, it means we have found a suitable place. Since root right is equal to null, so what will we do? We will be placing 200 here. Okay. And its left and right fields will be pointing to null. Now, let us see, we want to place 150. We want to place 150, we want to insert 150. So, we will repeat the same process. First of all, we will be comparing 150 with root info. Root info is 100, 150 is greater than 100. Okay. So, first thing we will do, we will check what is the value of root right. If root right is equal to null, then we will be placing it there, but root right is not equal to null. So, what will we do? We will update our root. So, next time this will be our root. So, now for next time, so we will say root is equal to root right. So, this becomes our new root. Okay. So, what was the condition? Our number was greater than root arrow info and root right was not equal to null. So, what we have done? We have updated our root. We said now root is equal to root right. Okay. So, normally these are recursive calls whenever we write our programs, but for understanding I am using a different color. So, now this is the root. Okay. Now, we will follow the same process. We will compare our number, that is 150 with root info. Root info is 200 and 150 is more than 200. So, what we will do? We will check root arrow left. Since 150 is more than 200, we will check root arrow left. Is root arrow left is equal to null, because this is the root. So, root arrow left is equal to null. It means we have found the place. So, now what will we do? We will be placing 150 here. So, now 150 will be placed here, and its left and right fields will be pointing to null. Okay. So, now let us take one more example. See, our next number is 175. Now, let us see what do we do with 175. Now, we want to place 175. So, again we do the same process. We start from the root, because anytime you have to approach the tree, you always have to approach from the root. See, 175 is greater than root info, that is 100. So, we will check what is the value of root arrow right. Root arrow right is not equal to null. So, we will see next time our root will become root right. So, now next time this is our root. Okay. Now, we follow the same process here. So, For second time this is the root. So, we compare our number with root arrow info. Root arrow info is 200 and our number is 175. 175 is smaller than 200. So, what we will do? We will be checking what is the value of root arrow left. Is root arrow left is equal to null? No, root arrow left is pointing here. So, what we will do? We will again update, we will say we will again change the value of root. So, next time what is will be the value of root? Root will be root left. So, now this is, since this is the root, this is root left. So, next time this will be the root. Okay. So, again we follow the same process. Our number 175 is greater than is greater than root arrow info, because root arrow info is 150. So, what we will do? We will check what is the value of root arrow right. Is root arrow right equal to null? Yes, root arrow right is equal to null. So, what will we do? We will be placing the number at this position. So, now this number will be placed at this position. So, should I use this color? Okay, okay. So, the number that is 175 will be placed here. Okay. That is how this works, and if you know programming, so you will quickly understand that this can be done using a recursive function. Okay. We can always use a recursive function if there is a terminating condition. Okay. Because what we are doing, we are comparing data with root info. If data is smaller than root info, we are going towards left. If data is greater than root info, we are going towards right. And we are again we are doing the same thing with the left and right nodes also. We keep on doing all these things until our root left or root right becomes equal to null. Okay. If root left or root right becomes equal to null, then what we do? We place our node to that particular position. Okay. So, this will be doing using a recursive function, and the terminating condition will be either root left is equal to null or root right is equal to null. Okay. So, now let us write program. Now, since every node of a binary search tree has 3 fields, 2 address fields and 1 data field. So, what we have done? We have defined a tree type. Okay. So, this tree type is having 3 fields. First one is left field, which is an address field. Okay. Second one is info, and third one is right, which is again an address field. Okay. So, there are 2 address and 1 data fields in tree type. Now, since we have to input multiple numbers in a binary search tree, that is why we are using a do while loop in our main function. So, this is a do while loop, since we have to input multiple numbers. Okay. Every time what do? We ask the user enter an element. So, we input a number and then we call our function create. Okay. Now, let us see what create function does. This is create function. Let us see what does it do. See the create function, okay, we are passing the number which we have to store in create function. The create function will be allocating memory for a node. So, this will allocate memory for a node, and it will return its address to a pointer temp. Okay, and then in that node, in info field of that node, we will be storing our number, and left and right fields will become equal to null. So, this will be the effect of our create field. See, this will be allocating memory, and see the returning memory starting address of the memory to temp, and then in this memory we will store our number, and its left and right fields will become equal to null. Okay. And at last, from this function create, what we will do? We will return the value of temp to temp of the main function. Okay. So, this is the function of create function. Okay. Once a node is created, then what we need to do? We need to attach it at an appropriate position in binary search tree, and that will be done using insert function. See, when we create our first node, because before that root is equal to null. So, we do not require go to insert function, because when root is equal to null and you have created a temp, you will directly say temp is equal to root. Okay. So, for first node we need not to go to insert, but for connecting all successive nodes we will have to go to insert. Now, what insert function will do, let us see. This is our insert function. Okay, let us see what is it doing. Insert function. In insert function, what are we passing? We are passing the value of root, that is the address of binary search tree, and the value of temp, that is the address of new node. Okay. And then we are comparing the temp arrow info, that is we are comparing the number which we want to insert with the number at the root with root info. So, if temp info is smaller than root info, if temp info is smaller than root info, then what do? We check if root left is equal to null, it means we have found a place for it. Then what we do? We attach the node to root left. Okay. And this is the terminating condition and we come out. Okay. But if it does not happen, if my number is smaller than root arrow info, but root arrow left is not equal to null, then what I will do? I will make a recursive call. Okay. So, if that does not happen, then we make a recursive call. Okay. It means now for the next call my root left will become root. So, my new root will be root left, and I will see the first insert function will be suspended and second insert function will take on from here. And in this insert function also we will do the same thing, we will search for root arrow left or root arrow right. Whenever one of them becomes equal to null, then we will attach our node there, otherwise what we will do, we will again call insert functions. Okay. That is how things work out. Okay. This is when my number is smaller than root arrow info. Now, let us see a case when my number is greater than root arrow info. Let us see this. See, if my number is greater than root arrow info, then what I do? I first of all check whether my root arrow right is equal to null. If root arrow right is equal to null, it means I have reached to a terminating condition. If root arrow right is null, then what I do? I will attach temp to root arrow right and I return, I go back to calling function. Otherwise, what do? I again recursively call insert function. So, otherwise I will be calling insert function with root arrow right and temp. Okay. It means for new insert function root will be equal to root right. Okay. And again I will be doing the same thing. Okay. So, that is how my insert function works. So far we have just seen how to create a binary search tree. In this we have used 3 functions, one is the main and other 2 are create and insert function. And but if you want to traverse the binary search tree, then what you will have to do? You will have to write functions for traversing binary search tree, and which we will be covering in next lecture.